Hi, everyone. Welcome to Dishing Drama with Dana Wilkey Uncensored. We have officially moved to Patreon. Here's a sneak peek of Dishing Drama with Dana Wilkey. Hollywood. Da-na-na-na-na. Hollywood. Huh. Why are there so many secrets in Hollywood? I feel like, I could just talk for hours. Today, we're going to be talking about the Disney celebrity child curse a little bit. I have to talk about it in order to explain why I'm so shocked that Miley Cyrus is doing a new album that's coming out. I think it came out already, actually, last week. And is also doing a special with Disney Plus. It was kind of shocking given what's transpired between her and Disney. The name of the album, by the way, is called Endless Summer Vacation. I don't know what the special's called, but it was surprising. And, something else that was surprising to me, knowing, a lot about Miley Cyrus, which I do, is that Billy Ray Cyrus has been alluding to in his actions and what he's telling people and buying a big old diamond rock for his girlfriend, that he is now engaged to his girlfriend, Firerose. Now, Firerose, so you guys know, is only 28 years old, and Billy Ray Cyrus is 61. He might even be a little older. Sometimes the ages on the public websites are off by 2 or 3 years, right? So, but he's around 61. It's a pretty big age gap. And the fact that he met her on the set of the Disney TV show that Miley Cyrus worked on, which I'm going to tell you more about in a minute, is pretty shocking given, what is it that Tom Sandoval from Vanderpump Rules said about cheating on Ariana? Hindsight is 2020. Well, if we go in that direction, there's a lot of things that we'd want to think about in regards to this. And there is a bit of a rabbit hole here. And it begs a lot of questions, which I really want you guys to ponder. I'm not here to push my opinion on you or convert you into any thought process. I just want to tell you the information and why I think some of it's very, I don't know. I mean, I say interesting because of, for lack of a better word, but maybe ironic, maybe symbolic, maybe telling, might be other words I'd use, but I don't want to corrupt your big brains. So I'm going to just give you the information and you see where you want to take it.
There's nothing else, just us and the cameras and those wonderful people out there in the dark. All right, Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up.
I thought it would be appropriate to start with a scene, a very famous scene from Sunset Boulevard. In the case of Sunset Boulevard, it's an aging film queen refusing to accept that her stardom has ended. But in many, many cases, it's actually child stars that refuse to accept that maybe their career is over after their child looks and childlike behavior ends. Because often, child stars are made to play children into very late into their, 20s even, just if they can, to hold on because they can't reinvent themselves as adults. The audience won't accept it. So I thought it was kind of a cool way to start the show because this ties us right into Disney and what was the Disney child celebrity curse. Now, I want to explain that this child celebrity curse really doesn't just belong to Disney. Disney is very famous for so many stars that they discovered at a very young age through things like the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse and their record label and their channel. It just turns out that they have huge distribution with a focal point on 11 to 14-year-old kids. So they have a tendency to discover talent early and make them into big, big stars because they have a huge, very focused audience. So unfortunately, Disney, along with Nickelodeon and some others, suffer the collateral damage that they look like they are the mastermind behind the destruction of all these famous starlets, but I'm not sure it has to do with that. I think there's a lot of different factors. But anyway, just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about, the Disney celebrity curse has included, but is not limited to, Miley Cyrus until recently, Lindsay Lohan, Selena Gomez, Zac Efron, Shia LaBeouf, Britney Spears, Demi Lovato, and Lee Thompson-Young. People could get into a curse idea for sure. We could do this also with Nickelodeon. I could do a whole one on that if you guys want. But for now, let's focus on Disney and let's really hone in on their record label and some of the producers they outsource to for Miley Cyrus, which are going to be familiar names when it comes to Scandal. Okay, so let's just quickly give you a refresher on these kids and what happened, like what their issues were, just so you remember, all right? Because you'll remember some of these. We'll quickly just fly through them. So we've got Miley Cyrus, who I'm going to take you through in more detail, but she, of course, is, it's alleged was exploited as a child star while she was on Hannah Montana. Her manager, her business manager, was her mom, Tish Cyrus, and also her dad sometimes, Billy Ray Cyrus, who obviously is a famous country music star in his own right, would participate in cross entertainment gigs with his daughter Miley. In fact, he gave Miley Cyrus her first role in a feature film. He went on to star in Hannah Montana with her. They, the infamous Vanity Fair shoot where Miley Cyrus is 15 and she looks like some people believed she looked like she was trying to be seductive or provocative. I think if that same picture came out in today's world, in 2023, they'd say she looks like she's being trafficked. But either, needless to say, she's got like a sheet on her and she looks like she just woke up in the morning or she's been like disheveled or something. It just was a very strange take that Annie Leibovitz took, considering her age and her demographic. I'm sure that the goal was to try to give her a more adult look at that time when she was 15, because she was starting to want to break free from the Hannah Montana look, but she wasn't completely through that yet. That doesn't happen till about a year and a half later. So just bad management, honestly, with that. But I wonder if the mom was on set. I know Billy Ray Cyrus wasn't on set, and I know that the grandmother was on set and the teacher, but not sure about Tish. I always wondered why her name wasn't brought up at that, about that scandal. But anyway, you got Miley Cyrus, who starts to do all of these things that are perceived as very adult before her time. And allegedly Disney makes her apologize and all this stuff. But we're going to get into more of that. But that's her thing. People saw, her career as a fall from grace for a while because she went from being really innocent to being really kind of scandalous by, I guess, child standards. I mean, not Paris Hilton scandalous, but like, mid-tier scandal. She was taking a picture of her with a bong that had like illegal liquid in it that she was smoking. There was a picture that made its rounds of her pretending to give a BJ or a seductive kiss or something to a cake that was a penis, and that was Liam Hemsworth's birthday cake she gave him. And people thought that was crazy, fall from grace, given that she's, very Christian. And that was something that Disney, I think, really played up in their PR around her. Then her phone gets hacked and these images come out with her and her friends. And in one of them, she's sucking on one side of a licorice stick with another friend of hers who's sucking on the other side at the same time. And they're kids and they're girls. And so people went nuts over that. When that came out, everyone forgot that they had been hacked. And she was like the victim in that situation. But anyway, what's new? Okay, so then we keep going. Demi Lovato ends up, after being a big Disney star, she ends up developing a coke habit, which she struggles to get rid of. and has gone in and out, of course, of rehab several times. We've got Britney Spears, who has a mental health breakdown, and, it's alleged other things. Then we've got Zac Efron, who also, after doing High School Musical and becoming a heartthrob with all of that, gets addicted to cocaine and starts abusing cocaine until he gets sober, which is really something, because these people, by the way, look so good for people that have drug issues. It's like shocking. And then Lee Thompson, young, dies by suicide at the age of 29. Shia LaBeouf becomes like as close to a sociopath as you possibly can, and narcissist, has a mental health breakdown. I was a huge fan of his work until he lost his shit somewhere. Anyway, he goes nuts. He's another ex-child star from Disney. Then there's Lindsay Lohan, who becomes the biggest party girl in America. She is a wild child. She starts drinking, doing coke, gets into trouble with the law several times. Eventually has to basically flee to Europe and ends up in Dubai at the end. And now she's starting to make a resurgence again a little bit, but oh my goodness, she really went through it. Rumors of her yachting, etc. So then we have Selena Gomez. Selena Gomez also was checked into rehab. Some people say it was because she needed treatment to do with maybe drugs related to pills. And other people said, no, it had to do with her lupus. I'm sure somewhere in the middle is the truth. But she went to rehab too, so was also struggling after being, everybody's darling, right? There's also that famous video of Selena Gomez and Justin Bieber, like supposedly looking for crystal meth in the hood, and the drug dealer that they're trying to get it from, like, turns on his video camera and starts shooting them. And he's like, why are you in the neighborhood? Why are you down here? And then he uploads the video to YouTube and labels it Selena Gomez and Justin Bieber shopping for crystal meth or something like that. And it's shocking. It's really shocking. It's in the Patreon. For the full scoop, head to our Patreon page. Click the coin icon on your player to check it out.